Well, I felt it was my responsibility. It was ultimately my duty to bring these very sad circumstances to a resolution. And I did not think it at all fair to place that burden on someone else. I felt it was necessary for me, by my presence, to show, with all my faults and failures, that I was seeking a resolution, and unfortunately it brought us to a legal forum, but nonetheless it remained my responsibility. And it was a very, very sad and difficult experience for everyone. Certainly for the victims, but for the entire diocesan family and for the families of the victims. And in that context, that became very clear. And I felt I could not absent myself from that situation, that I had to be engaged fully in it. I don't judge others who've made different choices. They could have made choices for any number of reasons that were very good reasons, but in my particular situation, I just felt that it was necessary. I'll never really be the same after as I was before. I mean, it's something I carry with me every day. It's a memory that will never leave me. It's firmly etched in my mind. It's a sadness that doesn't go away. You can be engaged in any number of activities in the course of a day. You can be celebrating Mass. You can be writing a letter. You can be giving a homily. And it can cross your mind and bring back the reality of those days. It's an impression that just doesn't leave you. You certainly try to work through it. You try to understand that the Lord carries all of us in these circumstances. You allow yourself, in faith, to go forward and still be a sign of hope to people. And certainly it was a humbling experience, which makes you always a better person. Humility is really the foundation for success in the ministerial life. Humility is reminding ourselves that everything is with the Lord, for the Lord, and through the Lord. There are still victims that I, up to this point, continue to meet with in Vermont, or that I have still connection with. And those have been positive experiences, because now it becomes an opportunity to reintegrate them into the life of the church. And it becomes more a spiritual opportunity and removes the burdensome legalities that surrounded courtroom experiences. Certainly, I think we have to have continuous outreach to them. I hope they will maybe come to church and try once again to insert themselves into the life of the church. In the end, it's every person's individual decision, and because it's each person's individual decision, they have to progress according to the manner that they feel is best for them. Certainly, they can have memories that are very difficult for them to overcome and enter the church. But I have not hesitated to speak with victims who have called me and asked to speak with me. I'm sure in the parishes here, there are priests, all the priests I think would be very willing to speak to these people in helping them to become part of the life of the church again. As I say, the bishop can't do it alone. I rely on the good offices we have here. I'm sure here there's a very good office in place for outreach to victims. And through that office, through our different parishes, to reintegrate. Sometimes, you know, a person can feel, because I have been in this situation, they talk about welcoming me, but maybe they really won't welcome me. And that's not the case at all. I think it's come and see, and you are welcomed.